All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to another tournament stream. Yeah, today following EG again, second day of the Gold Series tournament. Spring season, not spring season anymore. It's the summer season. How could I forget about this with this heat that we have currently? Well, yeah, we are following EG. And last day, or yesterday, we were also following EG already, but that was just the first stage of the Gold Series, and today will be the final stage there. I believe it is actually the last Gold Series. So EG at the moment is at first place. Let's maybe see whether the rankings are still updated. No invite yet. Okay, there we go, got an invite. Alright, first game is EG versus Immer. EG versus Immer. I will quickly have a look at the ranking at the moment, because that would be interesting. Oh, and I quickly have to tag on Discord. Did not do so yet because I announced the stream way earlier. Okay. Okay. We still have 5 minutes until the games are starting, so we can still relax a little bit. I will, in the meantime, I will try to just find the ranking real quick. Okay. What's Blitz? AU. Hall of Fame. Clans. Okay. Forgot my iPad for coordinating the stream. Really helpful at that. 2 screens are not enough. It's turned off still. Nice. Perfectly prepared. Welcome everyone. Welcome Kawa, Edon Blitz, Florian, Lernfix, Fujit's also here. Nice to see you. Bonsai, Wolfstangs, and everyone else who's just joined in. So, okay, we have the ranking here. Let's quickly show that. Maybe I should just increase the size a little bit. Yeah, that will be way better. Okay. EG first place at the moment, so they don't really have to fear a lot. Immer third place, yet it is quite important for EG to still get some good results here, because the first place in the top 8 in the professional tournament will play against the 8th, and the second will play against the 7th. It is not up to date here. 7ergs is out of the top 8 at the moment because, yeah, they threw some game. They were just memeing around, and therefore they do not have all their points anymore. Wargaming gave them a big penalty there by just subtracting the points of the last Gold Series from yesterday. That means they also won't be able to play today. And yeah, and so on, the second will play the 7th, and third will play the 5th, and so on and so on. And therefore it is still important to have a good ranking, to play the worst teams at the start, and just, yeah, got a comfortable advantage already. Because otherwise, if you are like 4th or 3rd, then you might have to face some really strong team in the first game. And even if the top 4 are in the upper bracket, they still have 2 chances. Because of that, they might just they do have the comfortable 2 defeats. They can they can have 2 defeats, and if they lose on the first time in the upper bracket, they will drop down into the lower bracket, and the winner of the lower bracket will still get into the grand finals then. So it would be good to have a top ranking first, and therefore EG will not just throw games here like some other teams sadly did. Well, I hope at least, because that would not be nice to watch. Some thrown games. I've had that once with APA, but I don't expect something like that from EG. Okay, there we go, we're ready. And we are starting into the battles. I can maybe just turn off the music, because now we are only focusing on the games here. Alright, let's see what the masters are showing to us here. EG, one of the top clans in the EU, on the EU server for a couple of seasons already. Definitely one of the most experienced teams here, if not the most experienced team. Loka recently also getting close to the EG skill level, yet EG still having a bit more experience on a really high level here. Alright, what do we have here? Typical for EG, a lot of crans, a lot of 6-Yos. And we've seen this strat yesterday already. The crans will be there to decap B. WoTB and his T125 is there to spot anyone pushing through C. But at this point, it's pretty typical for this map that from the north spawn, teams are mostly heading towards A, and from the south spawn into the city. Not always like that, but often that is the case. No trades yet, only Vermillo lost a few hit points. EG does have the cap advantage as they sent a lot of tanks into the A cap, as there was no one to decap. On the other side we only had the Vickers here, who was dropping into C. For the others it was too risky. Vermillo maybe tried to also get into C, yet was not really able to, because WoTB had a shot there and he did not want to risk taking any more shots. The mouse quite alone here in the middle, just spotting B, decapping B. He's responsible for defending the B cap. And EG going for the map control as we've seen yesterday already, but Immor, not like the Rinky team, has some more experience and counter pushing their spawn. But the big problem here to Immor, they are spotted quite early and EG is prepared for that. They do have lots and lots of tanks set up here, so they don't really have anyone except for Elysium maybe, who might be a little bit too far in the front here, as Immor might just push to his left and push him from the right side and pincer Elysium here, and might have the opportunity to lead him. But Immor is hesitating. Immor is hesitating, losing hit points, wasting their clips, not really getting any relevant damage. Bobo Shah here losing some hit points, getting pushed onto by status 6 Poseidon in his mouse. And the Kran does certainly not have a lot of DPM here. The Vickers, played by Tastenkiller, manages to... No, he was not the one to get the kill. One gun out on the side of EG. But EG does have 2 caps at this point, and C is probably up for free. No, not really an option for EG here. They have to somehow get rid of the enemy guns. They do have a hit point advantage, yet they do have gun disadvantage. WoTB alone against 2, but he is still super healthy. The mouse, a one-shot, not contested at this point. It will be all about this side here. And Immor still has to take care of the caps. But Killer is taken down here, not able to stop the cap. And, oh, sorry, quickly had to turn on the fan. It's not looking good for Immor. At some point it definitely was. They did have some options, they did have a gun advantage, yet they were just hesitating too much. Vermillo still here together with where's his last teammate on the other side, Pan Pulsjong. Not possible to focus fire, share hit points for them anymore. Camilo alone here. And on the other side, Pan Pulsjong is alone, but the win goes to EG by the cap points. Alright. Strong performance from EG as we are used to, going for the map control. And yeah, still trying to stay close to each other. Not really offering any weak spots to the Immor team here. Good damage spread also on the EG side. But same goes for Immor actually. And as we've seen so often, the lower part of the top 8 teams, or Immor is actually, I think they do have a good ranking at the moment, but they are hesitating, not going for the pushes as early as the top teams like EG, Loka, and the very experienced players. Okay, let's ready up. I don't want to forget that. I will have a closer look at the battles from a macro perspective, like tactical wise, after the games. And yeah, delay 3 minutes, so I won't really be able to answer to your messages instantly. BPS, the main clan's team, is not competing anymore at this point. Many people had to take a break because of exams whatsoever, and it's somewhat dissolved into many pieces. Other teams like Jones, the other main BPS team, and I don't know, some people quit. Yeah, but it is about EG versus Immor. Again, played on Albenstadt here. Spawn is changed now. EG maybe also going for the city like Immor did. Maybe also trying a AD cap also works. But playing aggressively on A is a tricky thing from the south spawn, as there is quite a lot of open terrain there to cross until reaching the enemy spawn there. Oh. Okay, FPS going up again. I just had to turn on the fan of my laptop cooler. Yeah, Immor also going for A, which is mostly the thing chosen from this spawn. Some tanks to decap B, very similar strat here to the EGs. Going for A immediately, getting the cap advantage. Yep, AG actually doing the same, only sending one Vickers into C, but the rest of the EG team not even trying to go for C, as they know that no one is going to be there. It is highly unlikely. They are just staying in spawn here with a double crans, trying to get in some shots on A, although these E5s there do have a little hill in front of them. They are hidden quite well. So it's really hard to decap A, if not impossible, if you're not going more aggressive like over here. But that also puts you at risk. We're actually seeing a move on the other side. Oh. Where's the button? No, wrong. Damn it. Damn it. Who can I spec here? Orca. Let's go for Orca. Okay. That's the thing. The stuff that I'm not too used to yet. But we are seeing EG making an aggressive move here. Not putting in too much aggression though, but definitely aggressing a lot more here and taking the map control. If you're seeing the mini-map here, EG very far in the front. Hollow Purple maybe a little bit too far, bleeding a lot of hit points here, which was not really needed at this point. They did not really have the option to push onto. And Hollow Purple immediately getting counter-pushed by Pan Pulsjong here. Maybe not, because it might be a little bit tricky with the crossfire. Now Lightning McQueen also coming up. And yeah. Hollow Purple is in big trouble. Orca, the next one, alone, and he will get focused quite soon. 3 tanks onto him at this point. Does not look good for EG here. In the middle though, Killer from North is quite alone. He will be focused in a second. Rinchalet getting behind him. Yet Rinch has to be super careful here. He runs straight into the crossfire here with Alistair and Poseidon set up to shoot him. Killer from North also dropping down. Maybe trying to get him, but Bobo Shy is actually the one to get focused. Maybe not the best option here because there were more guns able to shoot Killer Rinchalet. Cap points in the favor of EG. They still have 2 caps. Hit points, well, neck on neck. Neck on neck. But tanks are in the favor of the Immort team still. But that will change quickly as Poseidon is going to go down. EG still having a comfortable hit point, cap point advantage. And now also having a hit point advantage. Immort having to take the bases. Just got C. But B is still defended by the mouse over here. And Toby will not go down anytime soon as C is still very healthy. Vamilo trying to make a move, trying to go for the Vikas while going for A. But this won't work. This won't work. He will get focused. And on the other side we do have Lightning McQueen and Panpulsiong trying to shoot down with the mouse while stopping the B cap. But Vamilo goes down and that is a cap run to EG. Game not ending yet. Well, what was the problem here? EG again got a lot of caps here. Got an insane map control. And Immort could have maybe been a little bit more aggressive on these 2 isolated tanks in their spawn. EG was, in my opinion, a bit aggressive there. Sending Hollow Purple that far into the enemy spawn there. And yeah, he got shot down. And that's actually it for already for the first game here. Yep, that's it for the first game already. I will have a closer look at the battles now to maybe find out a little bit more in detail what was going wrong here for the Immort team. Okay. Give me a second, I will just open the stream again. Focused. Yep. Okay. Okay, give me a second, I will be right there for you. Trying to connect my iPad so I can switch scenes without having to look at my laptop would be quite helpful. Not connecting. Well, never mind, never mind. Let's have a look at the games here. And for that, I will just quickly try to find the start of the battle. Okay. We're hiding over. Okay. Yeah, it's muted. Perfect. So, initial strat here. Oh, one more thing that I only just noticed the hit point advantage there by the Immort team. They did have 18,800 hit points versus only 17,800, which is definitely a mentionable difference there, as Immort, what was the thing there? Immort had 2 mouses on the field. They still had a Vickers Light. But problem here was, yeah, only the Vickers was capping the base. And on the other side, EG having 3 tanks ready for capping A, no AD caps on the side of Immort. Quite a lot of tanks just in the C corner. I don't know if that was really needed. We've seen EG do the same strat, but with a different approach there, to just have some tanks in the back and gain some map control by that, and not give everything to all the damn map to the enemy. While Immort was, yeah, they were just staying close to each other, but that got them cornered a little bit, as we can see here already. If you're seeing the mini-map, EG taking a lot of map control here, while Immort is only in this little corner. And that is definitely a problem here for the Immort team already. And yeah, let's see what is coming next. Immort actually decided to go for a very clever move there. They immediately rotated back to the spawn. Where did they get spotted? Oops. Oh no. Here they got spotted already, which was a bit early. There was a little bit of a problem. The M6 here actually having the spots. It was Elysium having the spots through the houses here or just over there. No, it was no spotting delay on the spectator mode. So yeah, they got spotted and then they were afraid of making a move, which got to be a big problem for Immort here, because they just tried to farm some damage and therefore they could not focus out one target or the other, and that was just a huge problem here, because they needed to get some kills in order to push forward and get A. But they did not really notice Elysium was that isolated. Bobushai was also potentially isolated if there was like some push through there. Like some guys going up there, some guys going down there. They could have tried to catch Bobushai there and he would have really struggled to escape, as he would have to go like this. Or he would have to go like this. Of course, he had a lot of cover behind him. But if there were enough tanks like here on these ramps and also behind Bobushai, then yep, Immort definitely had a chance to kill Bobo. Although Crowlade was not too far behind, and also there was still an E5 behind. So that would have been a big risk here for the Immort team. If they went into the river, these tanks would have definitely been focused then. But that could have definitely still been an option, because there were quite a lot of tanks over there still. And therefore, yeah, the Immort team could have maybe advanced over here while pushing through the river into Bobo. Or just go like, oops, just go like this behind Elysium. Also push like this with 2 tanks. And pincer Elysium from different angles, so he does not have anywhere to go. But yeah, Immort hesitated. Immort did not know what to do at this point. And we can see they are shooting. They are putting in some shots. But they are not shooting Elysium nor Bobushai at this point, at least. They are just trying some... Okay, Lightning McQueen just shot once. The Potion Crew shot twice. And all these shots did not connect because they shot the farthest tank, and yeah, chances of hitting him were quite low there. And yeah, on the other side, Bobushai now getting pushed onto, but only by the mouse. And that's just not enough to kill him. While the other mouse, Alistair here, still lost a lot of hit points. Not trading effectively. And here, Immor already lost their hit point advantage. And EG got the B cap at the same time. And yeah, that was basically over for Immor. Let's also have a look at the second game still. Okay, just checking that I do not miss any, that I do not miss the invite here. And yeah, on this spawn here, EG was the one to go for the city area, but big difference to the Immor strat, they left some tanks in the back to secure the map control there and not get caught in one corner. But still, Immor did not get the cap advantage, right? No, I think Immor did get the cap advantage. Yeah, but only by a very small margin. At this point, actually the strats are not too special, to be honest, because those teams know it's not too risky at this point. They still have some way more important games where they are saving their special strats for. So they are going for what works until now. And yep. Oh, my free cam skills, they're awful. But okay. Yeah, I was trying to find the mouse button to get to some other tank there and struggled with that. But never mind. Yeah, here we are seeing EG going for a lot of map control, but this put them at huge risks. As you can see, they do have the map control, but they are not really in consolidated formation here. They do have one tank really far forward, which is quite alone, one tank in the back, and still two Krans camping over there. And these Krans, they do not know yet that the Immor team is rotating to the back. Yeah, they still need some time to move up. So actually, if Immor at this point pushed in straight away, I don't know if they knew about the Krans in the back, if they were spotted until now. If they now decided to not waste any shots and just push in, as they know at this point, they are quite sure about the positions. All of these tanks are spotted here. If you're having a look here, all these spots, all the 6 tanks on the side of EG are spotted, except for the Vickers, which is just moving around in the back. But the Vickers is not the most important tank here, as it's all about the heavies, and Hollow Purple in a very aggressive position, way too far forward, can easily get taken out, and that is what happens in a second. But in a second is a second too late for Immor to win the game here. Orca also quite alone and on his reload. Shokusai still being full hit points and having his clip. But Ponposion moves in alone. I don't know what happened to the other one here. There's still some second guy with him who did not move in, although Ponposion already went half the way through. So, and still they are pushing from the right side. I think Ponposion should have just gone from the left. Kill Hollow Purple immediately. Like this, he has to cross in front of many tanks in order to get Hollow Purple here, which is a little bit problematic here. Okay, actually, invite might come any second, so I really want to make sure that I don't miss it. But yeah, that was just a small mistake here, in my opinion, already. Still, they got the advantage in terms of guns. They will soon take out the second one. Yet, they lost a lot of hit points for that. They are down on hit points now. Killer from North alone in the middle will get focused down. Alistair also quite low already. It's a 2-on-2 on the medium flank on over here on the A side, as you can see over there. And yep, I think okay, Bombo Shy is quite low, but there needed to come in some more shots into the Vikas now, maybe, because this Kran could not shoot the other one. The Vikas was still really dangerous in the end. Leaving a light tank or medium tank for the late game is always super tricky, because he can just run away and go for caps, etc., which is what he's doing right now. And he gets another kill. Does not have to really hide a lot. He just can back off comfortably. And yeah, at this point, again, it's basically already lost here. Because EG does have 900 points almost. And Vamilo now has to go for some YOLO move to maybe get A. Yeah. He could not really get it to A, but 950 points, what is he supposed to do? He could have maybe shot the mouse 1 or 2 more times, so the mouse would have still died, as the other rounds were also going for the mouse, and by killing the mouse, Immo would have regained some of the cap points there. Mouse at this point does have 777 hit points, nice number. 2 shots into the back from the Kranwagen would have allowed for killing the mouse, and then B could be taken, but Vamilo would have still probably died, but he did not have to overextend into the guys on A, as we see here now. He went into A and just died in the middle of the Vickers and correlate the Kranwagen here. If he just moved like this and stayed on this hill, so only maybe the Vickers could shoot him into the back 1 or 2 times, he could have just put in 2 shots into the mouse and stay hidden until his teammates move up a little bit, and he could have dropped into A. It would have still been a super close game, and yet there was not much else that he could do there, and just YOLOing into the base did not really help a lot. He basically died for free there, which was definitely a little bit of a problem here. Okay. Okay, the next game is, the next room is ready. I'm ready as well. Still 4 minutes to go. It is EG versus Jones. Jones has to win some games now in order to secure a more comfortable position, because if they are on the place, if they remain on the place that they are on right now, they will face BPS in the group stage, then in the professional tournament, and they would rather face ANI, because ANI is the less experienced team with a lower skill level. I guess I can say that without insulting them. They are just not as experienced as the BPS team, as BPS does have a lot of highly experienced members there with lots of top 4 experience, yet BPS did not have the best start. Still a young team with a, like, the combination of these players in this team is not too old at this point, and yeah, they struggled a lot with the new meta, with the heavy meta. They are more used to a very fast medium style metal. And yeah, struggled a lot with that. They could not really adjust so far. But they had their moments definitely on the last Blitz Premier Cup also. They definitely had some awesome games. But on this summer season now, it is also a lot about the matchmaking, which is quite unfortunate. But it is random matchmaking, and it replaces the win rate seeding at the moment. So no more rigging, but we will have to get another seeding on the next season, and that's also going to happen. Wargaming is working on a new seeding. Just put the win rate seeding out of place for now. Okay, we still have 2 minutes. I will quickly grab myself some more water so I don't dry out before the stream ends. Okay. Next game is ready to go. We are ready to go. Best of 3 again. That means only 2 wins for either of these teams in order to get to the next round. We do have Jones on the north or south spawn. No, it's the north spawn. Jones playing with a Gorilla. Interesting choice here. Kran, Progetto, T22, double E5 and a Vickers. Very light setup there by Jones. They will have to go for a lot of map control. Make great use of the Gorilla in order to regain their 2k hit point deficit. Vickers Progetto just heading straight into D. Nope. Actually, it's the Vickers going for a C decap here. Going super aggressive, trying to get in some shot, but he can't peek again. He can't afford that. Walker passively holding in the back, spotting up the tanks, but he is in trouble. He has to get out of there. C not being taken, which puts Jones at a comfortable cap point advantage now. The Kran E5 and another E5, quite aggressive, and they are ready to decap B whenever that is needed. And they are also covered by the Gorilla. Where's the Gorilla actually? He's spotted. He has to be super careful, but he is probably well aware of what is the right thing to do. EG getting ready for maybe capping B, but they know there's a lot of tanks just behind. C is not really an option. T22 and Vickers here going for some risky move into the spawn of the EG team. Trying to get in some spots. They will find the Vickers. Walker already spotted here. I did not notice that. Oh, he was peeking out. And he should not have done that. The Vickers and the T22 both not spotted. because Orca was just showing his track. And if you know the spotting mechanics, you don't spot with your tracks. Only with the highest part of your tank. And your gun mantlet. Bobushai quite alone at this point. Hit point advantage. Actually, pretty close now. Yet EG does have more armor, and they typically have a lot of autoloaders on the field, which will allow for some big shootouts. Although it's not that many autoloaders on this game, because there's only double M6 Kranwagen, but double IS-4, Leopard, and a Vickers. EG trying to go for a move, but Gazelle smelled what was cooking here and just dropped out of the danger zone just on time. Having the spots again, and EG just not having the mobility to chase these mediums down, and these mediums will keep the EG guys spotted, so if they would cross over, the guerrilla would be there to shoot them down. Also, there would be T-125, Kranwagen, both ready to get in some shots. And there we see a lot of shots flying. Carolade losing half of his hit points. And another one goes in. Maybe another one by the E5. It gets tracked also. It goes down. Wow. Awesome crossfire there. Really well done by Jones. Using their mediums and their whole teammates to perfection to crossfire. Carolade here, and Elysium now alone will get pushed onto, but the projector got tracked on the crossing, gets shot down to one shot. He will struggle to survive this for any longer. The Vickers trying to block the IS-4 here, doing a really nice job at shielding here. Good job there. And there goes Elysium, 2-gun advantage to Jones, but EG having 3 caps at the moment. And EG having a hit point advantage again. Not a close one. It is up to Jones to make a move now. And that will be tricky. Orca goes down. Really important kill here of the light tank. But also Keiko Jones gets deleted from the field. Toby, the next one to get focused here, goes down as well. 3 guns left on the side of EG. Still with a hit point advantage. Yet the caps are becoming a problem for Jones. But the T-22 over here will be able to take out Hollow Purple, who is still going for some shot onto Ghosty. Winchellate YOLOing in here, taking a big beating. There he goes. Oh, Winch. Winch, maybe that was a little bit too much for you to handle. Big HEs flying in from Timio Jones here. Or Timko. Or whatever his name is. So many names for Timo. Awesome win here for Jones. Really well done. Really nice crossfire. That was just perfect use of their mediums. Of course, it was super risky to take all these mediums. And they did have 2k hit point deficit at the start. The guerrilla here, farming and farming and farming. AG could not sit back on their cap points and hit points. Even as they had 3 caps, they did have the tank advantage. And there was a lot of crossfire coming in from lots and lots of different angles that they could not hide from. Again, we are seeing a very interesting setup here on the side of Jones. With an M60, Leopard, Batshit. I love this tank. And we are seeing it so rarely on the tournaments here. Also, we do have a T125, another M60 and a TVP. Oh. Well, that's pretty much like a random setup. Although in randoms there are more heavies. But EG again going for their very heavy clipper lineups with double Kran, triple M60. But also Leopard functioning as a sniper here. Leopard does fulfill pretty similar purpose of a griller on this map, yet it does offer the advantage of just being able to move around a little bit more, being more flexible, having the option to go for some pushes later on. Oh wow, Jones is actually surprising me. Let's see what they can offer to us on the next game here. Finally, some interesting matches. I missed the medium meta, to be honest. But with the next update, we might get it back a little bit, maybe. Maybe. The relevance of mediums is just not too high. Oh, all these shots missing here. Some shots flying into hollow purple, though. Not missing Correlate. Correlate with a super aggressive move here. Will Jones still be able to cap C? That's a question. They are. Without taking too many shots. M6 actually playing with a small gun. Interesting choice, going for the DPM and accuracy. Oh, the TVP bled a lot on the crossing here. But Orca is in a lot of trouble. Orca is trapped here, basically. No, he can move out of that. Orca definitely a very high-skilled player. Just getting out of the danger zone here. And the TVP, as well as the Leopard, not really having shots. Not daring to push out and punish Orca. We are seeing Orca just push through the whole map here. In the middle of the map. Not being spotted until now. But the M60 is not being reloaded, so Orca will not die for this. But Gaseo is in a lot of trouble. Gaseo is alone, not having a lot of backup, apart from one M60 and the T125, but Gaseo won't be able to hold up the enemy for too long. And yeah, he does not have any options but to stay, get out some last shots before dying, as there was an M60 just behind him, so he could not drop down. The M60 going for Ghosty here, who is already low on hit points now. Cap points still highly in the favor of the Jones team, yet the hit points are the biggest problem here for Jones. It's not lost yet. Jones definitely has a chance here. They could potentially kill Orca here, who is trapped in the little gap here. There was a bounce, I guess. Oh, Leopard on the side of Jones going down. 5 guns against 4. Hit points are very close again. 4 guns, 4 tanks against 4. Lots of low hit point tanks on the field. The Batchet and the T125, the only healthy tanks left. And Romeo does not have a lot of chances. Nice. Well done here by Keiko to shoot down the one shot from the other side. Yet it is not enough to save him, the M60 from Elysium. But it was a really important kill here. And the T125 now pushing out the Vickers. Not really being able to chase him. Maybe he should just drop into D and wait it out. But on the other hand, he will have Elysium behind him. But now the Batchet. Oh, it's only 2 versus 3 at this point. Hit points still in the favor of Jones. Kiko should just go for the cap, in my opinion. Or try to kill Elysium. He can't really chase the Vickers. Oh, Batchet lost some very important hit points here. Elysium maybe being a one-shot with a high roll would have to be quite lucky. Let's see on the side of the T125 what he's doing. Yeah, waited a little bit too long there. Just allowed Winchellay to come and help Orca. All those low hit point tanks. Oh, definitely. There was definitely a chance for Jones to win this. Maybe if the E5 still turned around, tried to kill the M6 played by Elysium. Or if he went into the D cap, stopped the cap, got the cap, maybe made the Vickers come to him. Because he could not just chase the Vickers. That was not really an option. Maybe by some very aggressive move over the hills. I don't know. I was not him. I guess he is also a very capable player who did his best to chase down the Vickers. Yet I think going for the decap or maybe trying to kill Elysium would have helped a lot more. But it is a best of 3. So, yeah. It's still interesting. 1-on-1 at this point. And we are switching the map to Oasis Palms. Oasis Palms, a desert map that offers 2 caps in the city area, 1 cap in the desert. And as you probably know already, the desert does offer far better map control. Yet giving up the caps in the city is a really tricky thing, as it's really hard to get them back in the later stages if you are not able to bleed out the enemy quite a lot. Jones going for double crown, a mouse, probably going to defend B, double M6 an IS-4 and a gorilla. Looks like they were trying to maybe spot up C while going for the heavy side, or I don't know, maybe also some passive stuff on the C side, some tanks only in the city area. But I guess they will mostly go towards A. Both tanks having a gorilla actually. And EG having an IS-4, double crown, double M6 and a Vickers. Jones having a mouse instead of a Vickers, otherwise symmetrical lineup. But that means that Jones will have a lot more hit points. 1k hit points more on the side of Jones. Yet EG will have the spots and the mobility to get some caps in the later stages, which will be super important. Jones actually moving out with most of their tanks. But with the gorilla on the field, it is not really an option to push the city, the desert, I mean. Because the gorilla will just be able to farm. And yeah, he will get a tremendous amount of damage if anyone is shooting, is pushing in the desert. I don't think it is the best choice here for Jones to push into the desert, as A is already capped by EG. The gorilla not being exactly in the corner. We're seeing blind shots flying in, but the gorilla having adjusted his position to not get shot down. Sneaky. Blind shots will probably not hit him. On the other side, we do have Team Mio also in his gorilla in the corner. Also not exactly in the corner in order to not get blind shot. But Jones would have to make a move over AB, I guess, because C is not really an option. If they push onto the crown, they will just get shot down by the gorilla. If they try to maybe make a move through the river here to spot the gorilla, then there's this IS-4 who just moved up. But this IS-4's purpose was to spot anyone. But EG is going for a move, pushing the mouse here. Kiko Jones having 3 guns in front of him, only having a gorilla as a backup. Orca also moving in. But they are still 2 M6 They have to move up. And they have to ignore B. They have to kill the corner here and help the mouse as soon as possible. Or they are all pushing in. to the IS-4 with those tanks from the desert area. But Gassio getting shot down on the crossing by the Grille. Yet the Kran in the desert, Winchellate gets shot into pieces. The IS-4, the next one to get focused here. Having a lot of tanks facing him. The Mouse finally died. But hit points now in the favor of EG. Also EG having double caps here. But gun disadvantage now. Danilo Jones, though, a one-shot now, not really being that helpful anymore. The Gorilla managed to run away still. But he won't be able to do a lot of stuff here. Getting shot from the Kranwagen from behind. Then there's another Kranwagen. The Gorilla is trapped in this position. But EG immediately counter-pushing, trying to clear out the low hit point tanks in the back. But this will give up all the map control for EG. And Jones will be able to chase them. They will gain their high ground. But Jones has to move in quickly. They do have to put out this damage just now. The Gorilla is down. 800 points on the side of EG, but only 2 guns left that are still quite healthy though. If Gassio goes down, which he will. No, Orca misses the shot. Orca misses this very crucial shot here. Bounces. But 850 points on the side of EG. And only B is being kept. 900 points with this kill. Jones cannot afford to have any more tanks killed. They do have to get this M60 as soon as possible. And they should get A also. Romeo tried to help here, which maybe was a little bit of a problem. Oh, this will be close. This will be super close. But Ghosty managed to take out the M60 here before dying. Otherwise, if he died first, then AG would have already won this game. Now Jones does have the win in the pocket. Nothing that the Vickers here could do about it. He cannot really cap the base anymore. That was really well done by Jones. Romeo Jones actually almost threw the game there by going towards A. Not going towards A straight away, but trying to help and not finding any shots. But yeah, in the end, it worked out. The mouse, the push on the mouse there was not that successful. And we are just heading into the finals of the lower bracket. And it again, EG versus Immer. Nice. Rematch, basically. Alright, it is again best of 3. Jones having won the last game. Yeah, we still have 4 minutes. I can't really show you the last matches now. No time for that. Jones. Oh, it's not. What am I saying? It's not Jones. It's Immer actually, not Jones. Immer versus EG now in the lower bracket. But if EG wins this one, then they will be in the grand finals again. And I don't know exactly which team. I don't think that Jones will face any other team. I think if EG wins this, they will play against Jones again, most likely. I don't know if there's any way to find out. Oh, it's actually streamed in Spanish also. No. Jones will play their next game. It's a grand finals, which will be in half an hour. So, yeah. I guess if EG wins this one, they will face Jones again. I can quickly try something. Do I still have time for this? I want to maybe see if I can increase the size a little bit. No, this doesn't work in game. Okay. Because I know some people are watching on their phones or tablets or whatever, and it might be quite small like this. But yeah, can't really change it. E5 out of metal. Yeah, E5 is, well, it is a strong tank still, but all these autoloaders, they might just perma-track the E5. And especially if the armor rack is already hit, then, yeah, the E5 will just get deleted in no time. But yeah, the autoloaders just have to over-peek once. They can take a shot and then they put out 2 or 3 shots. The E5 yet is still good to gain some mobility and also DPM. Therefore, it is still used a lot. But only like 1 or 2 E5s per game. Okay, Castilla is our next map. Immor with 1 IS-4, double Kran, double M60, T125 and the Vickers light tank. EG on the other side with double 50B. 1 Kran, 1 M60, double Vickers light and a T125. Often we have seen EG just going towards the middle with their 50Bs. Or another option would be... No, are they going for decapping B again? Yeah, that's what they have done quite often already. Or just camping first on this hill here with the 50Bs, using them as TDs. And they already got some shots. Didn't connect. Vickers, light tank played by Carolite, actually immediately dropping into the cap but getting punished heavily by Alistair in his M60. And there you can see the big trouble that an M60 can cause. Ooh, that was not worth it. The M60 having 900 damage in only 1.7 seconds, which makes it almost impossible to retreat on time. Really punishing this Vickers. He is a one-shot to most of the enemies now. 393 hit points. Yeah, only the Vickers light on the side of Immor would not be able to kill him. Standoff on A. But Immor does have a tank advantage on the A side. They also do have 2k hit points more. So all they would need to do would be to kill Toby. They do not know about the 50B's positions yet, but they could potentially just... They could just push out Toby. Carolite won't be able to help a lot here. Is Immor going for it? They are still hesitating. They are not sure about whether it is safe to move in. But they do have a lot of hit point on the field. They should not waste it by waiting out for too long. Although the 50Bs are quite risky, but they are spotted now. That should immediately trigger the push here. Even though only one 50B got spotted, Immor should now definitely push in, because only the 50Bs could be dangerous to them if they were hiding in the back here, covering Toby. But Toby is well aware of the danger, dropping out. Immor playing a safe game, going for the caps, but therefore allowing EG to also play safe and make use of their mobility advantage and their clipping potential. And EG can just go for a push onto Pan Poseong here. As he's alone, the double 50Bs will not be able to take him out though. Especially with the reactive armor. It will not be a safe call for EG to push into him, because they will get punished heavily from all the different angles. Rincholade already lost half of his hit points for this push. And there are even more shots flying in. Oh, wow. Awesome crossfire here by Immor. Do they actually finally push the other side? Yes, they do. Finally, they do. Pan Poseong got killed over there, but it is about this corner here. Killer, killer, killer. There we are. I'm not used to this. to switching the tanks that quickly. As I'm also playing on touch, having bad aim on PC. But okay. Let's focus on this here. Toby is in a super good position, though it will be tricky to take him out, but he won't survive for much longer. Bobo Shy being able to just drop down. It would not make a lot of sense to push into him. But actually, gun advantage at this point still to the EG team. Hit points highly in the favor of Immor. EG barely does have any chance left here. Orca still alive, but low on hit points. Correlate goes down. And yeah, EG strat with the mobility approach, going for the fast cap on B, not really working out. And Bobo Shy getting annihilated here. Shocker Shy, the next one to get killed. And only Orca remains on the field, not able to do any more stuff here. Having Tusken Killer preeming him already. Immor, although they did win, they put on in some awesome crossfire here, but they allowed the 50Bs to move all around the map. I think it was a bit of a misplay here by the 50Bs to push in alone. If they had like one tank with them with a little bit of DPM, then the 50Bs could have put out their clips, retreated, and left the E5 in the corner to get killed by another one. But like this, they just needed a lot of time. They got crossfired from lots of different angles, and Immor, though they did have the spot of the 50B on the hill, they did not react to it. Toby was quite alone in front of them. Of course, they did not know for sure what was behind him, but they could know that there were not too many tanks left that could possibly cover Toby there. So also with the double Vickers on the field, they did absolutely have the information about their hit point advantage. And of course, it is tricky to make use of it all the time, but they did have the information to make this push and not play for the caps, because playing for the caps here, taking A, just allowed EG to go for some more moves and yeah, control the environment, basically control the battlefield, which is not the best thing to do. EG is mostly doing an awesome job at just controlling the battlefield and just deciding on their own where they want to fight the enemies by constantly putting in some more pressure and constantly circling the enemy, moving around them, and always staying quite close to the enemy so they can go for a push and they can still retreat. They still have a safe distance to the enemy. And this is the real strength of EG there, to just always stay close, yet not too close, while other teams just stay passive or go aggressive, and therefore they often lack some information. And in the end, this game, although we are seeing everything here, this game is a lot about collecting information and making the best use of it. But the next game is starting already. Killer from North playing an IS-4. Then we do have double Crown, double M6, triple M6 actually, sorry. And a Vickers on the side of Immor. On the side of EG, we do have the double 50Bs, IS-4, one Crown, double T125, and a Vickers again. The 50Bs will probably head towards B again. We have seen this for a couple of seasons already, as said already. Until now, there are not like the most special strats, as it is just about playing safely, getting into the professional tournament, not just showing all the strats, because EG does of course know that they are getting streamed. Also the Vickers is here to spot C, correlate, being able to shoot C. Now going a little bit more aggressive, 50Bs would be able to punish B, but nothing happening there. If anyone would drop into B, then there would be Kranwagen, Vickers and the 50Bs to shoot him down. But yeah, EG not having to play around with their strats too much, because they have some safe stuff that is working, and they can just, they can go for some more risky stuff in the professional tournament and then try to surprise the enemy a little bit more. For other teams though that do not have the strats ready yet, and the tried and tested strats for winning yet, it is a lot trickier. I've made this experience on my own. If you don't have the strats yet, then it is a lot of effort to always create something new. But EG having found a solution, a one-fits-all solution for most of the maps already. And that combined with some very high level map awareness and reactions to the enemy allows them to comfortably sit on the first place. Immor here stacking up for an A push, yet not really sure about this. They are not really sure about pushing in there, because these E5s there, they are quite safe. They are covered by a lot of tanks from behind. Not really anymore, but still, it's really hard to push onto these E5s without any information. But the 50B over here got spotted, is in a tricky position, as he's also not the best hull down tank. The M6 could possibly just push into the 50B, shoot twice, and retreat again. He's losing hit points, which is not perfect. I guess it's not the best option for Pan Position anymore to push in anymore, or just peek even one more time. We should just go for a reload and raid it out. But EG is able to cap off C with their Vickers light. No one there to spot him, as the M6 over here, which had the purpose of not only decapping B but also C, got proxy spotted by the 50B. That's why the 50B moved up that close. So if the M6 would move out forwards, he would get proxy spotted. If he would move out backwards, Correlate would be there to cover the C cap and punish Pan Position. Immor just doing some bad trades, overall losing their hit points. And EG going for a push onto Alistair, gaining the high ground here, which is really important, as now they are in really safe positions and Immor does not have anywhere to hide anymore. Alistair still low, but EG, now they're going in, taking the shots. they are fine with that, because now they can clear out Alistair, and Tusken Killer won't be able to help a lot. On this side, though, the 50Bs are in really tricky position. Hit points still in the favor of EG, sorry, but the 50B won't survive for much longer here. There's still Carolay quite alone on this side, and also the Vickers Light, which has to run sooner or later. There he goes. Using Adrenaline and Speed Boost. Adrenaline probably not really needed, but the Speed Boost definitely is. He has to get out of there. If Orca manages to survive, then it will be a GG for EG. Carolate moving up in order to help Orca. And Lightning McQueen gets stuck in between Orca and the Vickers Light. Not really having the backup there that was needed. He will go down in a second. There he goes. That's what she said. Try to secure B. Maybe should have just gone with his teammate and clear the corner first. But I don't know if that would have changed much. Immor rapidly lost a lot of hit points here. And only Tusken Killer is alive. Not having any chance against 5 tanks from the EG team. Immor, again, not really sure about what to do here, in my opinion. Or it looked like they really struggled on this game. Did not really find a solution here. But still, it is a 1-on-1. Okay, we still have 1 minute. And we are getting a new map. Next map is New Bay. We've seen this map on the last stream already. New Bay, yeah, often played for the bridge area, because the bridges allow for the best map control. Often someone passively holding the middle. Often that is a super heavy, like a mouse, which we already have. Yet it is quite predictable to put a mouse in there, because everyone knows where the mouse is used. Which would be either, like, yeah, the minimap is super small like that now, right now. But it is just in the middle there. Maybe also, wait, who's on the north spawn? It is EG actually. The north spawn also sometimes. We are seeing some B strat to passively hold B and go for the bridges. From the south spawn, you do have the park area where you can just push into. What is this setup here? This lineup by EG. So many clippers. Oh my gosh. Double 50B, triple Kran and double M6 yo. Okay, EG, show us what you got. Immor going for more conservative lineup on the other side. Having 1 mouse, T125, a nice 4, double Kran and double M6 yo. Going for the park side, though not heading towards the bridges. Park and the bridge and the middle area. They don't want to split up too far. EG already having the information of not facing any tank here on A. The 50B's purpose was to just push behind anyone. If Immor decided to go for the bridges, the 50B's would have gotten to the back of the Immor team and clipped them out. Going below, counter pushing the 50B's. is a bad thing to do because the 50Bs are fast and you would lose the high ground. Pushing up into the crans would mean you do have double 50Bs in your back. So yeah, this strat is tricky to counter if you are facing them on the bridges. EG has done this sometimes already. We are seeing here the mouse and the IS-4 just blocking the road basically. But no, they are just side-scraping into different angles, trying to spot up anyone that would maybe peek around this corner. And also, we do have some tanks from EG in the back here, now being able to cap off B without really having to fear getting counter-pushed. Maybe, I don't know. Crowley being alone, but he has a lot of clippers behind him. We are seeing 3 tanks just behind him. The M6 shows not spotted yet, I believe. Now they are. Maybe they should have just tried to remain unspotted for a potential push. But okay. Immor actually going for the other side. And counter-pushing the bridge area here. As they do have a solid tank advantage. But Poseidon getting shot down here by the autoloaders, and that's the thing about the autoloaders. They can just put out a clip and then they are safe again. And Poseidon just lost basically all his hit points for nothing, because he was not able to push into anyone. Boboshai is alone though. He's about to go down, as it looks like. Boboshai pushed into the wall here. Will go down on the next reload of the M6 But the more interesting part is over here. Poseidon still making use of Fizz alive by capping A. Even though he's a one-shot, he can still be useful to his teammates. The Mouse T125 facing an M6 or double M6 over here. Not having the hit points, but the Mouse and T125 do have the DPM. M6 do have really bad DPM though, but they pen their shots while the Mouse does not. What's going on the other side? So many separated fights over here. That's what she said. Getting pushed onto by 3 tanks here. Not surviving for any longer. Caps now in the favor of Immor quite soon. No, there goes Killer from North. But Immor not having the hit points left to win this game anymore, I believe. Poseidon still trying to make a move here. Will maybe get in a shot. No, WoTB is not reloaded yet, but Poseidon is not sure about peeking out there. WoTB will get the kill. Not even getting shot for that. And only Panpulsong left on the field, having too many healthy tanks facing him to win this game. Well, it was basically 6 versus 7 since Poseidon in his IS-4 got shot down like that for not even facing any tank. I don't know, I did not see that. He maybe just got surprised. Maybe he moved too far into the open. Yeah, he managed to cap a base, but did not hit a single shot there. And we are just heading straight into the next game, which is EG versus Jones again. Grand finals, best of 5 now. Last encounter of today. And it's going to be interesting to see whether Jones will win against EG again. EG not having had the time to relax like Jones did. Jones could just prepare comfortably for the next games. Have a coffee, have a cake or whatever. While EG had to play all the time. So that might be a little bit of a benefit for Jones to not be as exhausted as EG is probably at this point. Mayan Ruins is our next map. Best of 5 for now. So, okay, let's maybe activate the score for this one then. I think for a best of 3 you can still keep track of it. But in a best of 5, it might be interesting to see the score also. Ah, okay. After the next game. Ice cream chillin'. I don't look like Juicy. Okay, okay. Maybe a little bit. I do have a beard, and that's the only thing that's in common. Well, okay. Next game is rating us. Yeah, we still have 3 minutes though, so we can still wait a little bit. And yeah, I will just take a quick break to drink something. Yeah, I will be right back in a minute. 2 minutes until the next games are starting. Okay. Next game about to start in 10 seconds. Jones going for double T125, double Kran, 1 T22 and a mouse. Did I miss any tank? Yeah, M6 shop. On the side of EG, they really seem to like those 50Bs. I can perfectly understand that. Double 50Bs are just awesome. They offer a lot more mobility and DPM than the M6 shows. Also, they do have triple Krans and an M6 show and a T1T5. Again, going for lots and lots of clippers here. Mostly heading towards the middle, as it looks like. WoTB just spotting aggressively. No mediums or light tanks on the field for EG. Oh, Garcia probably getting shot in lob. WoTB missed the shot. Garcia will have some awesome position and some really nice shots into WoTB here. Well done by Garcia. But it is a bit of a standoff. Double crowns facing double crowns, T125 facing T22. The T22 though having the better turret and having the better position. The mouse though getting surprised by the 50Bs that are pushing in from behind. That's a huge problem here for Jones. They are not really reacting to this. They are pushing forward. Yet the 50Bs will cause a lot of trouble behind them. And Ghosty in this M60 got deleted from the field already. Toby being low on hit points. Yet he manages to escape. Maybe Timio will be able to push down and get him. Oh, what a nice jump kill there. What a nice jump. But it also cost Danio some hit points that he would maybe need later on. Not needed to jump onto him if Timio could just take him out a second after. Oh, Timio missing one shot here on Bobo Shy. It's not looking too good for Jones. They do not have the positions anymore. They do not have the hit points anymore. 2k hit point deficit, and especially if the game is that close, then that is a huge difference. Especially the positions here are the biggest problem for Jones. Well, not much that they could do here in the end. They should have, in my opinion, they should have just turned around, killed the 50Bs in their back, instead of pushing forward and leaving a Clipper tank behind them. Also, the 50B was a far weaker tank than the others. The others could just drop down like this and could survive for quite a long time. And the 50B, yeah, he did not really have anywhere to escape. He could just drop down into B, but he would never be safe in the B cap there. Toby getting shot down quite early, only hitting 2 shots, but so did Ghosty. And I guess, let's see, hits received 7 with the reactive armor. And there was a bounce also, 8 shots. So the focus fire was a little bit better, and shots hit a little bit more on the side of EG there on the first focus fire. Well, yeah, Jones got pincered there, having a lot of tanks in front of them, having the 50B in their back was not really that healthy. And these Clipper lineups, as annoying as they are, for the, yeah, just for the purpose of interesting gameplay, they are working out. And those teams that are not going for that many Clippers really struggle. We've seen BPS try this for too long, but every time any team is facing EG and EG is picking six Clippers, then the opponents really struggle and they can't really find an answer to that, to this really strong map control play by EG. Constantly, yeah, pulling around the enemy there and not leaving any options to them. Okay. Jones, though, not going for the meta. Not picking a ton of autoloaders, but just going for one M60 double crowns E100. Interesting choice. T22 and a double T125. On the other side, we do have EG with 150B only this time. Triple crown, double M60 and a T125. The E100 is probably heading towards this bush over here, because there he can just shoot B. No, he's not. He's just going for the middle with everyone else. What's the T22 doing? Going for C immediately, because he does have the mobility advantage. EG does not have any mats on the field. Maybe T22 should have just gone for C here. Would have definitely been an option because he would be way earlier in the C cap. And he did have some backup by the E5s. That would have allowed to put in on some pressure. Hollow Purple though, being quite isolated down there. Possible weak spot to push onto for Jones. But it's not really the focus fire at this point. Carolet already being taken out. Ooh, misplay there by EG, going aggressive in the middle area, trying to avoid the T125s on C by pushing forward. A Bobo Shy out of the fight, being in a very dangerous position. But no one can shoot him at this point. Yet it is a 3 versus 2 on the C side here for the Jones team. And yeah, Bobo not being able to push up. Getting shot down here. T22 just moving in now. At the risk of taking a whole clip. But he wants to clear this Kranwagen. Taking a whole clip for that probably. No, only 2 shots. Toby moved up to help Hollow Purple on this side. Yet I don't think that this is the right answer to counter Jones here. That has just managed to get the whole middle area. EG misplaying there. We rarely ever see that, but EG definitely misplayed there by sending in Carolet quite early. And also then having Bobo Shy down there alone, not being able to move up again. And moving into the crossfire. Ooh. Also on the other side we did have Hollow Purple quite alone. Lots of weak spots there for EG. Winchellate and his 50B still managed to run away. Mobility advantage here, but gun up. There he goes. There he goes. Okay, I still have to work on my free cam skills to move around the tank smoothly while they are exploding. Action cam, not to perfection yet. I'm working on that. Alright. Alright. Well, it's actually... I think it's the first time that I actually see EG throwing the game, basically. Mostly it's just the enemy doing the mistakes. Not being able to move in or not finding the opportunities. This time it was EG misplaying, definitely. And losing hit points for nothing. Putting themselves in bad positions here. And Jones did not really have to do a lot of stuff to win this encounter or win this game 1-on-1. So why do I actually have a score set up if I'm not using that one? So let's go for it. Okay. Desktop, and which one was the score? Nope, not this one. There we go. Okay, now we have our score ready. So no one will miss the current score, and yeah, stay updated. It is a best of 5, so 3 wins for either of the teams, and it's a win. Still interesting, can still go anywhere. For Jones it is quite important, for EG not so much. But EG will give their best still. They want to remain on the first place. They want to stay. They don't want to move down or drop down. Teams mostly heading towards C on both sides. We've seen this map already. Do we have a grill again on Jones' side? No. Keiko here going quite aggressive into the middle area. But I don't think that this is the perfect thing to do for him, because Bobo Shy is there to spot him up. And then the Gorilla might have shots. Also, Correlate might have shots. Yeah, first shot is flying in. He's missing, but Keiko is trapped. He is trapped behind this stone. If he moves out, he will get shot by the Gorilla. And there we go. There we go. Not worth it. And another shot. He's tracked. Oh, that was a bad move. And that was absolutely not worth it to move through the middle here when knowing that there was a Gorilla in the back, and the IS-4 has been there on the last game already too. It is a very common position to spot the river. Or kennel, whatever you call it. AG going for the A-cap again, which is uncontested except for this Vickers being here to spot it up. No mouse now to spot A for Jones like on the last game. It's not looking good for Jones. Oh. Nope. Gaseo not able to decap the A-cap here. Vickers being covered by the Kranwagen. Ghosty still quite far away. Timio also moving up, but the Vickers losing another shot worth of hit points. But Jones contesting the desert area here, and as said already on the previous game, it is a huge problem to go for the desert if there is some Gorilla, because it's basically impossible to push in then. Some more shots flying in, not connecting though. But we are seeing a counter push here onto A. Jones will regain the cap advantage. Yet AG, they could just rotate out of this. They could just rotate out of the desert and maybe counter push A. I think that's definitely an option for AG. It is actually a 3v3 in the city area. And the Vickers has lost some hit points already. So does the M6yo. So AG should be able to counter push. And that's exactly what they are doing right now. They don't even have to rotate anyone else, but the Gorilla is coming up also. But that means as soon as the Gorilla gets spotted, Jones has to kill those tanks in the desert here. And they are already going in. Already pushing in, not having the information yet, but they do know that the A side is getting pushed. And it would have maybe been better if the Gorilla would now still be here to support on this side, as the hit point advantage was already quite clear, although it will allow for some way quicker push on A. But this way Jones will have the 3 kills in this desert here. The M6yo is not having a lot of DPM, and the E5s on the other side are quite good DPM tanks. Danilo, though, should stay safe. He does have to stay alive. No, don't move out. He still has to stay alive, but he still tries to get off another shot. Died for nothing. Why did he go out there? Absolutely not worth it. He could have just stayed. He could have just stayed back. But yeah, now it is a 3v4 actually. And EG having comfortable double caps. Jones being in very bad positions here. Well, yeah. I think they could have known by the setup already that going for the desert was a quite tricky thing to do. They did not know immediately when the Gorilla was moving towards A, but still they did a good counter push. Yet it was not enough, as they did some bad trades on the A side at the start, and also the IS-4 crossing through the middle lost a lot of hit points. I think it was Keiko here, and losing like 1k hit points for nothing. Definitely not worth it. Although also Winch did not really get to do a lot. But yeah, 4 tanks here below 1k damage on the side of Jones. A lot of misplays involved in this defeat. That means we do have 2 points for EG now. EG has to win only one more game in order to win this one. Jones has to do their best. They would have to win 2 games in a row. That's a tricky thing to do. Well, Jones going for an M6 or double M6 double T125, double Crown, and a Vickers Light. That's easy to read. Thanks for that. EG on the other side going for double M6 double Crown, and double Mouse, and a Vickers. Everything in pairs except for the Vickers. But this will mean EG will have a comfortable hit point advantage. Probably mostly heading towards, or just sending their mouses to the caps. And holding C still. Yeah, the rest of the team will just hold C. The mouses will go towards AB, something like that. So this way, it will not really be possible for Jones to push into the mouses nor the other tanks. It will definitely not be easy. Yeah. One tank or some tanks still camping in the back in order to support either one side or the other. Still collecting some information with the Vickers Light with its insane view range. And again, Jones losing some hit points for nothing here. Some bad trades at the start of the battle that will come in costly. That means 1,600 hit points deficit for Jones. And they are still losing hit points as they are trying to peek into double crowns. I don't know how they are expecting to penetrate the double crowns here. They should, in my opinion, they should just immediately retreat and get back. I don't know. That would also mean they would have to push the mouses. But okay, this like this now, they do have the option to kill the crowns, but they will take a lot of damage for that. And they don't have the hit points. Their best option now would be to just rush the Kranwagens here. But yeah, they will lose a ton of hit points for killing these clippers. And that will be a big problem, as they did already not have a lot of hit points on the field. And EG will take the double caps, so they do have to go in. And Danio is ammo-wrecked also. Where is he actually? Over there. He is ammo-wrecked, a one-shot already. Kranwagen still alive. Oh, Timio goes down before the Kran does. Flankeo will kill Bobushai in a few seconds though. What's going on the other side? EG is able to push the city side without any problems. Kiko here in a tricky position. Having some cover, of course, but yep, he will go down. Hit points actually get quite close now. I'm surprised to see that. Jones managed to get rid of their hit point disadvantage. Seems like EG did some bad trades there. But still, EG does have double caps and a very healthy mouse. But yeah, Jones has to do something. Jones also does have a tank advantage. Oh, someone's getting punished heavily here. Toby also getting obliterated, losing 1k hit points. Hollow Purple about to go down, probably to the Vickers. Toby should be the next one to get focused. There we go. 400 damage into him. Toby now a potential one-shot. No, a low roll from Ghosty. But it's looking better and better to the Jones team here. Bad start, but it looks like they are able to turn this game around. Ramiro taking another shot. But Shokoshy is going down. So does Ramiro. But only 2 tanks left. Oh, there's a 2v2 now. Hit points in the favor of EG. The cap points are also in the favor of EG. Jones really has to get some caps back. And Keiko has to survive for as long as possible. It will be tricky for them to win this game still. Keiko is a one-shot, goes down now. If the Vickers would be able to kill the mouse without taking any more shots, then he would still have a chance. But it is a cap run to EG already. I'm sorry, did not see that. But Jones, they definitely had a chance, but and they did a good job of turning this game around. Maybe could have gone for the caps in the end, but there was a very healthy mouse defending the caps. That means EG won this. EG won. And Jones did a really nice job here. Some really strong performance here by Jones, yet in the end, yeah, they misplayed. On both of the last games, they lost some hit points for absolutely nothing, in my opinion. At the start of the battle, AG just did a more passive strat and played out in a safer way. They could have just, yeah, Jones definitely still had an option to win this. It was not lost yet, although they lost some hit points. But yeah, Jones are just slightly too slow, maybe losing the hit points there for nothing. Unlucky. Well, I'm commenting in the favor of Jones right now because they were really doing a good job. They did not go for boring setups, and they tried their best. They are a new team, and they managed to defeat EG on the first games. They definitely had a chance to do so on the later games as well. But misplayed a little bit, although EG was the team to have not had a break before the games. It was actually Jones that looked like they were exhausted already, like they got tired of playing already, doing some misplays here and there. Let's maybe have a look at them again. We will not have any more live games today, but I will still have a look at what was happening there. On the last games. Okay, I can down. Well, I will not have a look at Mayan ruins because I think I talked about what was happening there quite a lot. But I will just have a look at... Oh, Ace's palms again. Okay, we can turn off the score. That means for for the Jones team that they will face BPS in their first game of the professional tournament. That's not what they wanted. I guess they will. Not entirely sure. I guess they will. Yeah, it will be tricky for them. But in my opinion, the Jones team does have some great potential there. They did a really nice job on those games, yeah. Well, that was the game with the Gorilla. Just, they could have actually known by this setup already, really. I already mentioned this. They could have known by this setup that Desert was not really an option. They could have maybe just sent 2 tanks to spot C and make sure that EG does not get C for free. Have some tanks in the spawn for decapping. Something like that. Keiko here with a huge misplay. They knew that there was a griller in the back and probably the IS-4 camping or someone else camping over there. That's just a very common thing that there are some guys over here, because if there is a griller, there has to be someone over there to spot the river. Otherwise, people would be able to push through the river, spot the griller up, and then set up everyone else to shoot the griller into pieces. But that's why there's always one tank over there, and in this case also another one over there. And Keiko was just crossing in front of them, showing them their side. And yeah, that was definitely avoidable. And yeah, at this point we are seeing Jones having lined up in front of the griller. Just all those positions over there are perfect for the griller to shoot at. Whenever anyone is over peeking, the griller will have shots. So in my opinion, Jones should have just sent some more forces over to A already. A was uncontested at this point, and they could have known about this early on, because if some team would go for AB, they would not take a griller with them. And yeah, Keiko here just really misplaying. Losing 1k hit points, and it still got quite close though. Now we do have 2 tanks that are quite low. The Vickers also, we just missed it here. The Vickers tried to decap A. Okay, at this point only the Vickers got spotted here. The Crown was not spotted. So it was definitely an option to try a decapping shot here. Maybe if he went from the left side, he could have stayed safer. But here, Kran is spotted, Orca is spotted in the Vickers light. Garcia should have immediately retreated. He still went forward a little bit, took a shot for nothing. But okay, he didn't even try to shoot Orca here. He just retreated. But it's not the first shot that he loses, or the first damage or hit points that he loses here. He tries again to peek into the Kranwagen. While the Kranwagen does have a really strong turret, the Vickers light obviously is a light tank. Does not have any armor to counter the armor of a Kran. And yeah, that's again unnecessary to lose those kind of hit points. Okay, one shot, the first shot was fine. He could not really know about a Kran there. But yeah, everyone else here still stacked up, still waiting to get in some shots. But they know there's a griller behind and they can't push in. So I don't know why they are actually staying like this. They definitely had the chance to maybe retreat and move towards A with more tanks. Just because, also because they are now going aggressive on A, they are still quite aggressive on C, which actually leaves the option for EG also to push into the desert area. They did not do so, but they could have done, because EG did have the hit point advantage on both sides, although the griller would have not been that perfect in the desert. But yeah, EG did not really have to go for the desert. Maybe, yeah, I have to correct myself there. They did have even amount of tanks in the desert area. The griller would not have been the biggest help, so well, actually the IS-4 over here could have also dropped into the middle, get behind Keiko, and then we are seeing on the minimap here, Keiko is alone on C and he is a low hit point tank, so Boboshai could have dropped down, get behind Keiko, Rinchele could have pincered him from the other side and the others push in from the outside, like over there, and the minimap is sadly hidden by the bar here. But yeah, There was definitely also a chance to counter push the desert. Gorilla could have come with them, but so was as well. There was the option to just push the upper side here, as now we're seeing EG still having a lot of healthy tanks. They do have full life IS-4, full life Kranwagen, full life Vickers, and on the other side the M6 Ghosty was the one on top here on the A side. Already only 2k hit points, 950 hit points for the Vickers, and I think it was one more full tank, not entirely sure. Now we can see it. Yeah, it's a Kranwagen. I think actually it would have definitely been enough if the IS-4, Vickers and Kran decided to push A, because that way they definitely had like, what's the hit point difference here? 800 hit points on the Vickers and another 700 hit points on the M6 that he lost already. So EG definitely had the chance to win this 3v3 and could leave their Gorilla to just cover the other side, because it was not unlikely that this push into A would get countered by a counter push on the C side over here. Yeah, still the Gorilla decided to help in order to quickly win the flank and quickly clear the A flank before returning to the other side. But yeah, it was not really needed for the Gorilla to move up anymore. They did also have the information there. And it's still quite close now. Hit points actually 2k in the favor of EG. There was also this big misplay by Danio, pushing out as a one-shot where it was simply not needed. And yeah, that was already sealing the deal here. Next game. Again, double Krans here. Alright, that was a tricky setup to counter, because the Mouses were very likely to get into the city area, defend the caps, while the rest of the EG team would just go passively towards C. So in this way, it would almost be impossible to push C, and it would also be very tricky to push the Mouses. Although the Mouses, they do not have that much more hit points than other tanks. It's only like, you see, 3k hit points with the enhanced armor actually, versus 2800 of a Kran. So pushing into the Mouses would have also been an option. If all the team moved up, they could have just gone into AB or into A and bled out the Mouses when they tried to decap. But yeah, it was, focusing the mouse is never such a good idea. But trying to shoot the double Krans here, tricky. Maybe if there was still someone closer to the middle, or if those guys in the middle here tried to get behind the Krans, that would have also helped. I think they may, yeah, they actually did have some cross shots here. Like all the way over the map. It was alright. It worked out to this point actually, and EG lost their hit point advantage. Although it was tricky for Jones here to push in, they did a good job at that, and they managed to clear the Krans. And until now, hit points are still neck and neck, and actually there's a gun advantage to Jones. Although of course, the T125 in the back there does not have any option to do anything. But still, the T125 can occasionally have some shots here, there, whatever. He can have shots. And that's the important thing. Even though he is a one-shot, he cannot do any moves anymore. He can still go for some shots here and there and just, yeah, be helpful. Just put out one or two more shots and it could be enough for winning the game, because the enemies can't hide from him all the time if they have to hide from the others also. He's actually at 1 hit point. Just only now I noticed this 1 hit point only here for this T125. But yeah, what's the issue now? What's the issue? Okay, the Vickers is still quite healthy. The rest not so healthy. On the side of EG, only the mouse is healthy. So the mouse should be avoided. Yet, I think it is the mouse which is holding the spawn there, where everyone is pushing into. And caps are becoming a problem. The healthy mouse is actually over here. So this mouse is a weak spot that gets pushed onto in a few seconds. So what was making Jones lose this one? Until now they still have hit points neck and neck. They do not have the cap points, but they do have hit points and they have a gun advantage. One-on-one trade. Kran loses another shot on the crossing there. 2 shots lost for crossing in. Not worth it. Yes, he's able to take out the mouse now, but he definitely had the option to just push far on the right side. Look at this. Now all these Jones teammates here are very close to each other and just giving the map control to EG. Also, although EG does not really have the best map control. EG is also very consolidated, very close to each other. But Jones, as they do have the gun advantage, they could just decide to maybe move over there, like close to the red line. And if the EG guys would, like, so you can better see it, you can see it better. Just on the red line, push from the Kran that just lost a lot of hit points for nothing. And yeah, now the hit point advantage is gone. Or the hit point, now they are at a hit point disadvantage. But if he pushed on the red line, he would be way safer and they still had time. Still 4 minutes 20 on the clock. And only 500 points. That's still a lot of time to play around with. So they could have played safer, go close to the red line, take the hills as cover, and just pincer the mouse and pincer the M60 over there, because they were in bad positions. There were 2 tanks over here to crossfire. Also, you've got to keep in mind that there was still in the desert, like on the on the far right, there's still the other T110E5, and he can have cross shots. That means if Jones managed to push in with, like, I think 3 tanks would be a good number. 3 tanks over there to push on the red line. Then the EG guys would most likely either try to fall back. And if they were trying to fall back, which is just the intuitive thing to do, to just retreat a little bit if you get shot into the face, and then the E5 from the other side would still be helpful and still have some cross shots. Because like this, they are all shooting from the same position. They're all shooting from the same angle. And EG does have the option to just hide from all these guns while just counter pushing over there. Also, this Kran just, as said already, lost a lot of hit points for nothing. So I think that was definitely the turning point here where Jones could have still won this game. They still managed to regain the cap advantage. They actually, at this point, they have more hit points. Not cap advantage, hit points on the field than EG does. But where do they die now? The Vickers is able to take out the mouse, and the M60 will die soon after. Of course, the Kran also dies. Kran is still alive. He can still run a little bit from the mouse, although he does have the M60 or the 2 M60s over there. So this Kran should probably just take a shot from this mouse and not get shot from the other side, which I think is going to happen. He takes a shot from the mouse, and no, he does not get taken out yet. Toby goes down. It is 5 versus 3. Hit points neck and neck still. Although Jones did throw away some hit points are neck and neck. How did they manage to lose now? Of course, they do have 2 one-shots. What is this Vickers doing now? That's the most important thing. Where did he shoot? Did not see that. That would be super important now. Okay, where are we? Who does the Vickers shoot now? The Vickers bounced the shot on the mouse, I guess. Or maybe he tried to kill Shoko and missed. But the Vickers now needed to move up to over here. He needed to ignore the mouse, quickly kill Shoko Shy, kill the other Vickers. 700 hit points on that Vickers. This one still has 1,300 hit points. Vickers points. And yeah, there was just definitely an option to ignore the mouse now. But the Vickers is farming. Or what is he doing? Now he comes in. But the Vickers is staying there. I do not see the Vickers move in. Now he goes. There he goes, there he goes. He caps the base now because hit points are getting close. But he is too passive here. I definitely needed to clear the Vickers. Put in a lot more pressure earlier. He could have just chased the Vickers. Although, of course, chasing the Vickers, it's a tricky thing to do. They do have the same speed and yeah, but I think if he moved in more aggressively, then he could have just chased the Vickers now. Now he has to go for the caps. Keiko still trying to go for a shot. Yeah, he did want to go for a shot, but if he just left the shot to the Vickers, then he could have just reloaded his clip. And after the mouse shot, the Vickers maybe, then he could have just pulled out. And also there's a turret blocking him now, but unfortunate. If the turret here did not block him, that's this RNG factor about flying turrets. Well, he could have just maybe dropped down behind the dune and been safe again if the Vickers did not kill him from the other side like this. But he could have just dropped down and maybe the mouse would have just needed some more time, bounced him maybe. That would have maybe allowed Keiko to reload his clip. But yeah, that sealed the deal. It's 965 points to EG here. Vickers was, in my opinion, it was up to the Vickers here to just move in more aggressively. The others needed to save their hit points. And also, like, really important for such a push. Here it's over, but 2 caps here. B, it is basically not possible to cap B, because B is quite far in the open and the EG team is all around B here. They do have shots into B from lots of different angles. There even is another tank over there, so all the tanks can shoot B basically. So what Jones needed to do is just push the red line, get towards A while still having tanks over here. I already said that, but yeah. If they managed to push the red line, they could have dropped into A also and been over there contesting B, and then they would have shots from over there and from over here. So EG would be trapped in the middle, and EG would have to counter push one side or the other and would have to give up their caps there. Okay. Right. Yeah. Jones, though, they really did an awesome job. Really like to see their gameplay. But yeah, it was just not... it was not easy for them, and they did not play it out to perfection in the end, in my opinion. If I did any mistakes on that, please correct me, Jones, if you don't agree. But yeah, GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I did. I did enjoy these games. Jones especially put in a lot more tension, a lot more exciting games into today's encounters there. Was really nice to see. I'd love to see some medium lineup win against such a good team. Yeah, after the next update, 8.2, we will see more aggressive gameplay again. I'm really looking forward to that. Like all these super strong tanks that we are seeing so much right now, like the Maus, E5, Krantwagen, they will all get nerfed. And that means the mediums will get much stronger. I love to see that. I love to see that. Also, the 50B will be stronger again, I guess, because they can keep pace with the mediums. And it will have an advantage against lower hit point heavies. I'm looking forward to that. Also really looking forward to those tournament games there, because it will be more mobile again, and we will see a lot more aggressive gameplay there. Alright. That's it for today, guys. I'm still thinking about going for a late night stream again. I drank so much coffee while streaming here that I'm still in the mood for some games. So I will just go for a quick break of like maybe half an hour. No late night stream without a proper thumbnail. Yep, and then I will go for a late night stream in like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, something, I guess at around 11 PM. Thanks for watching, guys. There's still quite a lot of people here. If you enjoyed, thumb up please, would be highly appreciated. Subscribe if you are not subscribed yet. I will be glad to see you on upcoming streams again. Yeah, I'm honored that you used your time to watch my stream here. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening, have a good day, whatever time it is for you, and maybe see you later. Bye.